It's time for Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Pierre Governor Basketball is brought to you in part by Dairy Queen, Todd's Electric, Shane's Pharmacy, Avera St. Mary's, and Bank West. And by Billion Auto, Edward Jones Financial, Gales Gas, Fruiting Electric, Gateway Ford Lincoln and Toyota, and Midwest Co-op. Governor Sports also a service of Fisher Rounds, First Dakota National Bank, Lamb Motors, All Around Graphics, and Faith Lutheran Church. And by Missouri River Dentistry, Owaukee Federal Credit Union, Papa Murphy's, Kruger Contracting, and Wagner Auto. And now for the call of the game, here's the voice of the Governors, John Winkler.
And a good evening as we welcome you here to Rakes High School as the Pierre Governors take on the O'Gorman Lady Knights in girls basketball. And joining me as one of the coaches, but not a basketball coach, Nathan Nas, a former basketball coach, Nathan Nas. But Nathan, it's a good matchup here tonight, a good test for the Governors. Coming in is O'Gorman at 10-1. The Governors coming in at 3-8 now on the season. But this is a matchup for Pierre who they struggled on Tuesday, but they haven't struggled against the good teams. When you look at Brandon Valley, you look at Washington, the last two one-loss teams they've played them really, really well. And this is a game where the Governors probably would have liked to have Tuesday back, but it's a quick chance to kind of show again that you can compete with any team in the state.
Yeah, absolutely. They've shown it a couple times this year. You know, it's just come down to closing out games. Tuesday, I'm sure all the girls and the coaching staff want to just move past Tuesday with a good performance here tonight. We're a young team, and it seems like we're still trying to figure out some things on the court and playing together. And some of the girls, this year is really their first year of playing a lot of varsity minutes, so figuring out the pace of the game, especially when you go up against those top teams, they just seem to have another gear that they go to, and so figuring those types of things out. So you hope we can come out and play well tonight. Yeah,
that's one of the keys, or one of the things that you look at this Pierre Governor team, and the names are familiar because you see them in track, you see them in volleyball, especially this last year, you see them in volleyball. You see these names a lot, so you're thinking, well, they've got a lot of experience. Well, in basketball, they don't have as much experience in basketball, and you still got to think about 3-8. That's 11 games of varsity basketball. Some of the girls, yes, Remy Price, Avery Kaiser got time, Lainey Stevens got time. Yeah, they're not playing their 11th varsity game of basketball, but a lot of these other girls are still playing their 11th varsity game of basketball. Now, on the flip side is, okay, we've got 11 games of varsity basketball done. It's time to start putting that into motion and starting to gain some more confidence. And I think that is where the page for the Governors, if they turn the page this year, this is kind of where you want to see it start to turn the page.
Yeah, going into Game 12 with the 20-game regular season before you go into that SODAC 16, Game 12 is definitely where, Govs fans and this team really want to see, O'Gorman's going to be a tough team to get a win against, but it is a winnable game. We've shown that we can play against some of the top teams and some of the top players in the state. So coming out here playing well, especially at Game 12, if you can get hot in the second half of the season, and a lot of times that's what it comes down to in that SODAC 16, especially if we're in that 11-12 range. That's like in March Madness, that's a dangerous matchup, especially if you're an 11 or a 12 seed that's playing well in the second half of the season. Those are the teams you don't want to play against, are the teams that are playing well at that point in time.
And that's another thing when you look at the schedule right now and you look at the 3-8 record, you're saying, well, you played so many of these. This is the fifth game against a one-loss team. You played Rapid City Stevens, Rapid City Central to start the season. Actually, your sixth one-loss team because you played Washington, you played Brandon Valley, all in AA. Now you're playing O'Gorman tonight for your fifth one. But Lakota Tech's only got one loss. So 6 of your first 12 games, half of your games are against teams that have only lost one time. The flip side of that means the second half's got to be a little bit easier on the strength of schedule, and it will be with the amount of games that they're playing against below 500 teams, excluding tonight and excluding Watertown and Huron. It's pretty much all under 500 teams in the state of South Dakota. So, also, you got to start piling up the wins. So it is a double-edged sword, and it's two good late ways to look at it in terms of having some patience, but also saying, okay, we've had our patience. let's gear up, let's get moving right now, because these are important games to start to win.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we talked about it when I did the boys game with you against Douglas. That Douglas was a team that was struggling. Our boys were struggling, and they came out and they did what they needed to do against a team that was struggling. So, you know, and I know you would like to say that we did that against Aberdeen, because this year's Aberdeen team it's not a bad team by any means, but where Aberdeen's girls basketball team has been the last few years, they've been a really, really good team. So that was one of those games, you like to come out and play to the best of your ability and not really play to your opponent's ability, because that seems kind of like what our MO has been. When we've played really good teams, we've played really well. When we've played some teams that aren't those top-tier one-loss teams, like you said, we didn't play the same way. And so being consistent night in and night out, regardless of who you're playing, is what it's going to take to get the season turned around here in the second half.
Pierre Governors and O'Gorman Lady Knives coming up here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Tip-off coming up in just a little bit, maybe a little bit before 7 o'clock. Right now, though, we'll take a 3-minute break. We'll come back and have our conversation with our coaches. We'll first start with Coach Colesrud of the O'Gorman Lady Knives. Back in 3 minutes. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates, at your service, at your side, with offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
Bank West Insurance has the expertise and resources to deliver personalized service and customized solutions. As an independent agency, we shop dozens of companies to get you the best coverage at the best price. As your trusted choice for insurance coverage, we promise to go the extra mile so you can rest assured your loved ones and your assets are protected. Contact your local agent with Bank West Insurance to work for you.
Not a deposit, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal agency, not guaranteed by any bank, may go down in value, equal opportunity provider.
Has it been years since you've been to the dentist? Are you afraid to see a dentist? If so, you are among many people who feel this way. Hi, I am Dr. Michelle Hofer of Missouri River Dentistry. At our office, we pride ourselves as an office that uses a personal touch to offer gentle dentistry, tailored to fit each patient's needs. We do so by utilizing state-of-the-art equipment and methods which allow the patients to feel comfortable. So whether it has been many years or 6 months since your last dental visit, your oral health is important. We invite you to call us at Missouri River Dentistry, 223-2021, 223-2021.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention, it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
Faith Lutheran Church prays for God's blessings to all of our athletes and their families. We're proud of the commitment and dedication that you give to your team. We would love for you to join us and celebrate the successes that God gives to us on the field, in the classroom, and throughout our lives. You can worship with us at Faith Lutheran Church on Sundays at 8:30 and 11 a.m., on Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m., or you can watch online at faithluth.com/livestream.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
Welcome back to the pregame show here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Joining me is Coach Colesrud of the O'Gorman Lady Knives. And, Coach, you come in 10 wins in a row, 10-1 in the season, number 2 in the standings, but number 1 in the poll. You guys have played really well the last couple of weeks, and after that first game, really, you probably played well in that first game too. But what's been so good about this team as of late?
Yeah, we knew we returned some veteran experience. People adjusting to different roles, a couple different starters. Played a really good Brandon Valley team out of the gate. Great game. Got beat 70-66. 6, up and down type of game. And I think we just continue to grow as a basketball team from that point on. Like I said, figuring out and developing roles. I think we execute better on the offensive end. We've rebounded a lot better. Our full court pressure has improved. Kids are starting to play with more confidence and growing as a team. I certainly don't think we're where we need to get to, but I think we've really improved, especially these last 2 or 3 weeks. And I think we're a really hungry basketball team, which is fun to coach.
And this Pierre team coming in that you faced tonight didn't play so well against Aberdeen Central, one of the teams at the bottom of the standings. But when you look back the last Friday, they played really well against Brandon Valley. They played really well against Washington. So they're a team that likes to probably play the level of competition. And for you guys, you have to be ready for that. And what have you seen then from them, why they play so well against some of the good teams?
Yeah, as you look at AA scores this year, there's a lot of things that don't really make sense. And I don't know the reason for it, but I do know that they're a really good basketball team. Playing Sioux Falls, Washington, up 4 points at half, going down and playing a really good Brandon Valley team to 2 points. Some other really tight contests as well. Remember a lot of these kids from last year and a really good JV team. I know they play hard. I know they defend really well in their man and in their matchup zone, compete. So we know we're going to be in for a battle tonight. We do scouting and we prepare for teams, but ultimately it comes down to doing what you do well. We have, 4 or 5 different things that we need to do, and if we do those well, we're pretty successful. And if we don't do those things, then we have a chance to get beat on any given night.
What's one of those top things that you need to do well every single night?
Yeah, we're pretty good defensively typically. We play a lot of matchup zone as well. I think we're a team that can rebound pretty good on both ends and need to be. Can get out in transition and get some easy baskets, and then, hopefully in the half court we can execute, get the ball in our shooters' hands and not get some shots.
Over halfway point of the season now. Injury-wise, how's everybody doing?
Yeah, knock on wood, we've been healthy to this point. Went through some, flu, sickness type of stuff over Christmas break, like probably everybody did, and just got to try to keep people healthy, keep improving, keep working hard. Go out and take advantage of every opportunity we have to play, especially against a quality opponent on the road, and look forward to the game tonight.
And what's it going to take to knock off Pierre here tonight?
Like I said, we just got to do those things that I had mentioned before. We got to defend well. We got to rebound. They are really good defensively. Just been really impressed watching them on video. So our ability to get the basketball in the paint, I think we have a little bit of a size advantage in the paint. Establish that early on. However it is, off of the pass, dribble penetration, post moves, that type of stuff. And then hopefully the perimeter will open up from that point on.
Coach, I appreciate the time. Good luck tonight.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Back with more of the pregame show next here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
It takes hard work to reach goals. It's a truth that applies to more than just sports. It also goes for your financial goals. You work hard for your money. You deserve an investment strategy that lines up with your game plan. Your local Edward Jones financial advisor can help. If your investments aren't getting you closer to the win, visit edwardjones.com or stop by your local Pierre area Edward Jones office for a financial review. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
As long as you have a local cooperative, you'll never farm alone. At CHS Midwest Cooperative, our team is your team, ready to help you make the decisions that are vital to your operation. From the seed, plant health, and marketing the grain, to fuel to keep you running, the feed to supplement your herds, and the financing programs to make it all possible. We're here for you. Give CHS Midwest Cooperative a call today and let us show you the value of the co-op. Local, loyal, and trusted for generations.
Hey DQ fans, when was the last time you ordered our crispy classic chicken strips or our juicy rotisserie style chicken bites? Both baskets are sumptuous, tender, and paired with Texas toast and golden french fries. With options this good, either choice is a perfect choice. And ring in the new year with a new fave, the Oreo Mocha Fudge Blizzard Treat. It's got chunks of Oreo cookie goodness, fudge pieces, and just the right amount of mocha, all blended into TQ's world famous soft serve. Looks like your morning coffee just got a whole lot tastier. Grab the Oreo Mocha Fudge Blizzard Treat today, only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
As we welcome you back to the pregame show here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports, joining me is Coach Kirk Bebout of the Pierre Governors as they take on O'Gorman here tonight. And Coach, it's a It's a tough one tonight. A good team in O'Gorman, but the last couple of times you've played a team that's got one loss, you've played them very well. You've played them close. You've had the lead. You've looked good in those games. But obviously, O'Gorman's a different test, and it's going to be a tough test tonight.
Yeah, they're number one in state, and I think that's well deserved. Honestly, like they just do so many things and present so many challenges. They're long, they're like 5'11", 6 foot, 6'1". It's kind of how they go across, and they're all basketball players. They're all skilled, and so yeah, I mean they're very talented, and they not only that, but they play hard and they execute. So yeah, it's as tough as it gets, honestly.
So, kind of maybe dive in deep a little bit about that. What makes them so tough, but just besides their length, what do they do so well offensively and defensively?
Well, I mean, I think they understand what they're looking for on offense. I mean, they have shooters. They have girls that are going to get to the rim and can pull up, and they got inside players, and they just play off each other so well. And, on top of that, like I said, the length and athleticism makes it tough to get rebounds. And then defensively, they really get after you and get in passing lanes, and it's hard to get comfortable, and it's just wave after wave. And so you really have to just grind and stay focused. And, you got to stay aggressive. You can't. They're not gonna let you, relax. So you really gotta. You can't take a minute break. You really got to stay engaged, start to finish, and you got to be next best play. You can't hang your head, or you can't get too high when things go good, because they're going to keep coming at you. So, yeah, they're really, really one of the toughest challenges I can draw up for you. So,
for you guys too, the last couple of games, things have looked well offensively. Just the shots aren't falling for you. And what's been something that you've worked on in practice, maybe to outside of just shooting the basketball? What do you do to try and gain the confidence of these girls for the ball to go in the basket?
Yeah, you mentioned we played really well against some really good teams, like 3-1 or 2-1 loss teams that we were played with really well and shot the ball a little bit better. It's frustrating in some games. We feel like that we win a majority of the time. We just didn't shoot the ball well. Aberdeen was 1 for 20, but I think some of it, it just goes with confidence, but also just, moving the ball a little bit quicker. So that's really what we've been focused on in practice. And so, we just do a lot of, outnumbered on offense. And so we really got to move the ball and making extra passes. And honestly, the girls have been great in practice. They were great the day before. We only had one day to get ready for Aberdeen, and they were awesome. And that's been the case as far as our practices goes. It just hasn't carried over yet. So, obviously tonight would be a great night for that to happen.
Well, one of the things that you and I both said when we first saw each other was, it's a Friday, it's good to be at home, and hopefully that means it draws into the court. It's good to be at home, because you've been at home not very often, almost 50%, but it feels like it's been a really long time since you've been at home, and that's going to feel good to be able to go to school all day, be able to not have to get on a bus and drive 3 hours somewhere.
Yeah, it really is, and I never want to complain about your schedule, because everybody goes through those different things. But it has been a lot of 3-hour bus ride, tough game, get up in some morning practices, and just it gets to be a grind. Haven't got breaks, so it is a little bit of a relief not to have to take that bus ride and know that we got the weekend in front of them. No reason not to leave it all on the court.
Well, what's it going to take to beat this O'Gorman team and give them their second loss?
Just a lot of fight, and that's really what we want to see, is just continuous fight, play for each other, not giving up. And, fact is, when we play at the top of our game, we can really play with anybody. But, more than anything, it's just never keeping that same fight no matter what happens. And really got to get on the board. If you want to get statistic-wise, got to take care of the ball. They're going to get up and they're going to press and they're going to be all over the place. And if you turn it over, you don't really have much hope. So, and keeping them off the boards, like I said, 5'10", 5'11", 6 foot, all athletic. So if we don't get a body and get boards, then it's going to be really tough.
Well, Coach, I appreciate the time. Good luck tonight.
Thanks.
Back more of the pregame show next year on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Auto Auto Company is your complete transportation headquarters. You'll find a great selection of quality new Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, and Jeep vehicles, plus a great selection of quality pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles. They'll take good care of you after the sale with a full-service parts and body shop, along with a friendly financing team that'll do their best to get you into your next new or pre-owned vehicle with financing that fits your budget. Wagner Auto is your local, family-owned, full-service dealership in Pierre. WagnerAuto.com. That's WagnerAuto.com.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your health care is important, and Shane wants to be the pharmacist to take care of you. Shane's Pharmacy will make sure your prescriptions are filled in a timely manner, they will answer your questions, and they will even deliver to your home or office. Call 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy, the pharmacy you know and trust. The number again is 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy in Fort Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
Innovation. It's right here. Avera St. Mary's Hospital keeps care local for you and your family, offering comprehensive care that has earned 4 out of 5 stars by the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services in hospital performance and safety. Avera St. Mary's world-class care is further supported by advanced technology, 2-way video e-consults, 3D mammography, and a state-of-the-art birthing center, so you and your family don't have to go anywhere else, because innovation lives right here in Pierre. Learn more at avera.org/news.
This winter, sip on a delicious hot cocoa and lose yourself in the grace of a fresh falling snow before you smash that hot mug on the driveway and join First Dakota to bank some noise for winter sports. Stomp for block shots, holler for match ceiling takedowns, and go berserk for a perfect dismount. Let's give the home team all we've got. Bank some noise with us at First Dakota National Bank. Open a new account online today at firstdakota.com, member FDIC.
Generally ask that donations be made to the girls basketball program in his honor. In gratitude for this remarkable gesture, the girls basketball program will be honoring a loyal fan before each home game. We are humbled by the ongoing support of the Pierre community, and tonight we would like to honor John Winkler in honor of Greg Dean as our Governor Superfan. We miss you already, Greg. Ladies and gentlemen, across the state of South Dakota, we've experienced a large shortage of officials. It is these men and women that provide us with a safe and quality game experience, and these games could not happen without them. The Pierre School District has partnered with the South Dakota officials and South Dakota High School Activity Association to help support them in their efforts. If at any time tonight you choose to belittle, degrade, or use vulgar language, you will be asked to leave the premises. Thank you for your understanding. Now let's meet the officials for tonight's game. Mike Pooley, David Brown, and Lewis Young. And now let's meet the cheerleaders for the green and white Fight, Fight, Fight Pierre Governor. Graceland Bowman, Elizabeth Dialda, Lexi Dilges, Emma Hall, Bailey Hanna, Brooklyn Herman, and Riley Nelson. The Governor cheerleaders are coached by Courtney Paulson. Now let's meet the starting lineups for tonight's game. First for the visiting Old Gorman Lady Heights. A sophomore guard, number 15, Molly Abdush. A junior forward, number 24, Kira Mentley. Another junior forward, number 25, Bergen Riley. A senior guard, number 30, Hannah Ronsick. And a senior forward, number 33, Hannah Friedman. The Lady Knights are coached by Mary Mathis, Crystal Richter, Dan Hughes, Kristen Riddle, head coach, Ken Colesrud. And now green and white on your feet and bring the records. These are your takers.
And we welcome you here into our broadcast. And if you give me a moment here, that was extremely special and very, very touching.
Yeah, I heard something about superfan in your name, and I'm not sure if listeners at home are able to hear, but our girls basketball team's been doing a super fan of the game before all their recent home games, and tonight's super fan was John in honor of Greg Dean, who passed recently and just had his funeral today as we get underway.
And O'Gorman will win the tip-off, and it'll be Molly Abdush with it for O'Gorman. Boy, it's something special. We'll get through this game. Here, Bergen Riley underneath again. A good pass on the backdoor cut, but the shot was missed by Hannah Friedman, and the rebound came to the Pierre Governors. And a good opening defensive stop there for Pierre, although a good shot selection from O'Gorman. Lainey Stevens for Avery Kaiser here for the Governors. Stevens will catch, and now in the corner for Price. Good head fake. A baseline jumper is too strong. That's an air ball, and a rebound comes to Bergen Riley. If that name sounds familiar, yes, she is one of the better volleyball players. Well, I don't know if better is the right word. The best volleyball player in the state. Obviously, playing for Team USA, you got to be pretty good to be able to do that.
Yeah, Governor fans didn't have a chance to see her in action when they played in the regular season because she was off playing in that Junior Olympics or whatever it was.
O'Gorman turns the ball over. A pass was deflected and stolen away. So here the Governors again have their chance to take that first lead of the ball game. Ryan Berry for Lainey Stevens, and now for Terwilliger. Good pass over back in the corner. Price for a three. The shot was deflected, and then Riley, before she went out of play, was able to throw it back behind her head and be able to get the ball over to teammate Friedman.
Yeah, that play right there just demonstrates and shows just how athletic she is to be able to close the gap almost 15 feet on Price to get a block on the shot.
There's a tough shot from Hannah Ronzik that's missed, but Friedman gets the rebound, and then another shot is up from Mentele, and it will be a foul committed by the Governors in our first foul, and we'll see our first free throws upcoming as Avery Kaiser will pick up the foul. It'll be the first foul against the Pierre Governors, first foul against Kaiser, and to the free throw line is going to be Kira Mentele. The first free throw is missed, and the still remain a scoreless game. Pitching a shutout so far. From the free throw line so far on the season, Mentele's a 66% free throw shooter. The second one is good. So Gorman gets on the board. They lead at 1-0 here with 6:25 to go in the first quarter. The full court press from O'Gorman, easily broken by the Governors. Ryan Berry on the left side. Top of the key, Kaiser was wide open. She'll take a dribble to the high post and then kick it over for Price. That pass deflected, but it gets back for Kaiser, but she stepped on the boundary line and will turn it over. Forced by O'Gorman, and a turnover apiece right now for both teams.
Yeah, the defense that O'Gorman's playing right now, that extended zone on the press and then being in their zone, you can just see the athleticism and the size that they have at two girls out on the court, 6'1", 6'1", and then Ron 6', 5'10". The length that they have is something that our girls haven't seen, as far as having three girls with that kind of length and that kind of athletic ability with it.
The pass over in the corner, falling to the ground was Abdush, and then picking up was Ryan Berry up ahead for Price. She pump fakes and the shot's blocked, and it goes out of play. That shot was blocked by none other than Bergen Riley. Their second block shot already here with 5:44 to go in the first quarter, but the Governors will have a right baseline inbound here with still 31 on the shot clock. Berry will inbound, a lob pass out for Stevens. She'll catch and kick it over into the corner, back to the wing for Berry. One dribble in from Terwilliger, now for Kaiser. Back for Berry again. That pass for Stevens, intended for Stevens, but she wasn't looking for the ball. Another turnover by the Governors, their second. Nearly turned back over by O'Gorman, and then a shot is up and another foul. So Mentele will go back to the free throw line with 5:27 to go, looking to notch maybe her second and third free throw. And that foul was committed by Berry, her first and the team's second.
Yeah, defensively, Coach Bebout and the staff has to be pretty happy with. This is a really good O'Gorman team, and we're playing them pretty tough defensively. Just taking care of the ball on the offensive end, those turnovers. They're making us extend our offense out to where we're 6, 7, 8 feet behind the three-point line trying to run our offense. And, anytime you're trying to run your offense that far from the basket, things are going to be really tough for you.
The second free throw from Mentele is good, so it's now a 3-0 game. She is 3 for 4 from the line, and that is the only shots and only buckets we have, or only points we have right now. 3-0 lead. Here's Price. Good bounce pass in the lane for Terwilliger. Pass goes back to Price in the corner. She'll work it back out to the right wing, and now kick it for Barry. 2-3 zone, a high 2-3 zone right now from O'Gorman because everybody for the Governors were about the free throw line extended. The shot's blocked, but it goes right to Terwilliger. She's off the glass and in, and the Governors are on the board. It's a 3-2 game here with 4:59 to go in the first quarter.
If the girls can hit the glass well, that was another block shot from O'Gorman. If they can hit the glass well with how high that 2-3 zone's sitting, good things could happen there.
Mentele is fouled again. That foul was committed by Avery Kaiser, her second, and the third team foul. And that's so now we'll see. Probably it looks like we have one sub ready to come in for Kaiser, and it looks like it's going to be Cindy Tedrow that will check in. The first free throw is missed, so she's now 3 for 5 in the game as Mentele.
We got to be better on defensive boards. All three of our fouls have come from either them getting a second shot at the basket or them getting an offensive board and then going back up with it.
Second free throw is good, so now she is 4 for 6 as Mentele, and that's a 4-2 game. Yeah, I'm going to run out of room here early on with the amount of free throws that I'm going to write down for how many times she's going to go to the free throw line. Terwilliger over for Price. Barry for Terwilliger again. Underneath and back out for Tedrow. Barry on the right wing. Kicks it over. Tedrow underneath for Terwilliger. Shot is up. She's fouled. It'll go to the line for 2.
Really good ball movement by the Govs there.
Yeah, and you mentioned it before we even got on the air. You go back to on Tuesday, where the Governors shot 5 free throws, and they just haven't gotten to the free throw line very often. The foul was committed by Bergen Riley, her first. But the big thing is that the Governors got to find ways to get to the free throw line. Terwilliger knocks out her first one, and obviously do that too, and make your free throws when you get to the line. But the Governors have got to do a better job of getting to the free throw line tonight.
Yeah, and going along with getting to that free throw line, getting some points when the clock's not running. If you're not getting to the free throw line, that means their girls are staying out of foul trouble and able to play whatever minutes they want, and that's.
Terwilliger makes a free throw.
I think you and I have talked about this, where that might be like her 5th or 6th lane violation that she's drawn on the season.
It doesn't matter because it went in, but if she would have missed it, she would have got another chance. There's a turnover, a bad pass, and taken here by Price. Into the front court it goes. That's the third turnover from O'Gorman. Underneath for Terwilliger. She'll turn, gives a pass for Tedrow. Shot's rejected. She gets it back, though. Underneath the basket, kicks it out for Stevens. Another pass for Lennox Dupree. Right back for Stevens for 3. Just a bit off.
Tipped again.
And, it was tipped first by Riley, and then it was tipped out of play by Hannah Ronzik. So it still will stay with the Governors. So it's 16 on the shot clock. So Riley's got 3 blocks. She's looking for a double-double with blocks.
And she might get it, I think that just goes to show we didn't get to see her in volleyball, but her ability to and another by that was Mentel that blocked that one, but it's good to see our girls keep shooting.
Yeah.
It can get pretty discouraging when you see block shot after block shot after block shot. But understand with a team like this, it's going to happen. Just keep putting the shots up.
The length that they have, and we didn't even talk about that. Bergen Riley stands at 6'1", Mentele stands at 6'1". I mean, you have a 6'2" girl in a wing, Okoye, who's not even the starting lineup, hasn't played yet. There's a 3 that's made by number 30, Hannah Ronzik. And it's now a 7-4 lead here for O'Gorman. And Hannah Ronzik stands at 5'10". I mean, the size that O'Gorman has is tough to beat against any team. Washington's got a couple of tall girls, but they don't have a straight starting 5 as tall as what they do. There's Stevens for 3. That's just a bit too strong. And the rebound's quickly grabbed by Lucy Moore. And up ahead, there's a pass underneath for Riley, off the glass and in. A good fast break play from O'Gorman. And Bergen Riley now makes a 9-4 lead for O'Gorman with 3:14 to go in the first quarter. Lennox Dupree through a couple of different O'Gorman players. A high arcing shot, a rainbow shot, rainmaker from Remy Price, and that one misses. That one was probably close to the rafters. Looked like she was serving a volleyball there.
And that's one. It wasn't a bad shot, and it wasn't off mark, but just shot blocking ability altered that shot without touching the ball.
And Mentele knocks down a high post jumper. It's now 11-4. Quick 7-0 run spurt here for O'Gorman. Price was open for 3, elected not to take it. Now it'll be Lennox Dupree to the left side for Stevens. Right back to Dupree. She'll look to the right, pass it back to the left for Stevens. Now Dupree swinging it to the right side for Tedrow. Then a pass underneath, and it's broken away by Mentele. And Reese Terwilliger, she stands at 5'11". You get Avery Kaiser at 5'10". but just those 2 extra inches make a big difference. Coach Bebow will take a timeout, but it is 2 extra inches that make a difference, especially in basketball where you can get that one little extra arm reach, and that's...
And they have the wingspan to go with that,
yeah.
height, where it's the wingspan that those girls have for O'Gorman. It's probably at least 2 inches more of a wingspan than what their height is. They're long, athletic girls, and it's showing, especially on the defensive end. And then when you have a girl like Ronsick who's 5'10", and you're expecting a 5'10" player to be a post player, but she's bringing up the ball half as many times as their point guard is. It makes things really tough.
So a quick update. Spencer Kelly, our technical producer for the evening, sent us a score update. The Pierre boys, they lead at 17-7 with 5 minutes to go in the first half. So not a whole lot of scoring again, but at least the one team that's not getting a lot of scoring is not us this time. We're not scoring a whole lot, but the other team's not scoring as much, which is the point
boys,
of basketball.
The boys' defense has been really good all year. You'd like to think against a super athletic, another block by Ronsick.
Yeah, and the other way here for O'Gorman, and Lucy Moore picks it up, throws it over left side, a long 3 is missed, and it's grabbed by Lennox Dupree. Here is Dupree racing down the floor. Her pass deflected and stolen away. And back the other way we go. An easy fast break layup for Molly Abdush. And it's now 13-4, a 9-0 run here with 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Ryan Berry up ahead for Cindy Tedrow. Here is Price on the right side. Price kind of directing traffic, telling her teammates to start moving the ball, or moving without the ball. Berry underneath for Terwilliger. A tough shot off the glass, missed it. Tried to create the contact, and ended up being fading away from Hannah Friedman and couldn't make the shot. Good ball fake, and then driving to the basket was Ronsick. Missed the shot, and the rebound's grabbed by the Governors. Lennox Dupree up ahead for Remy Price. Now Dupree back for Price again. Over the right wing, takes a dribble back, and now Dupree another time. Tedrow on the left wing. Looks inside, kicks it back out. Terwilliger will catch. Here is Dupree. A good ball fake, look for a bounce pass, another blocked shot, this time by Abdush. And now Ronsick for a 3, missed it, but Bergen Riley an offensive rebound.
You'd like to see on offense more.
There's a 3 made by Abdush again.
Offensively, we've been able to get the ball in the paint when we've made those baseline cuts with how high they're playing that zone. They just have so much really good ball pressure that the passing angles just aren't there.
Price for a 3. They need it. Didn't get it this time, but Dupree will track down the offensive board in the corner. It's a good offensive rebound for the Governors. They need a possession here underneath Price, and then she double dribbled. She thought about taking the shot, and that shot blocking that O'Gorman has had made her think twice, and a mistake that she knew immediately that she made, but one that you got to give credit to O'Gorman for the ability to block the shot and making her think twice about it.
Yeah, it was good. O'Gorman has 16 points in the quarter, but as good as they've been on that end, they've been really impressive on the defensive end. The Govs only with 4 points. It's not because we're taking bad shots or anything like that. It's just because O'Gorman is that good on the defensive end of the court.
15 seconds to go. The Governors will get a steal up ahead for Lennox Dupree, who forced the turnover. The layup was missed, and then Tedrow's putback then was missed, but she is fouled and will go to the line for 2. A turnover by O'Gorman, their 4th of the quarter. The foul was committed. That was by Hannah Friedman. And Lennox Dupree did a really good job of forcing the pressure, forcing the turnover. Tedrow got the steal, played up ahead for Lennox Dupree. Tedrow makes the first free throw to make it now 16-5. But then Dupree, she is a freshman, and one that, again, the shot blocking ability of O'Gorman, she felt like she probably needed to hurry with that shot, with that layup, and missed it. But thankfully Tedrow was right there. The putback turns into 2 points as she goes 2 for 2 from the line. 7 seconds to go here in the quarter. Racing down the floor is Abdush, and then she double dribbles and turns it right back over with 4.8 to go. So all of a sudden, with the shot clock turned off, Pierre has a chance to score 4 or 5 points, and they didn't have the ball to start when the shot clock was turned off. They forced a turnover. They force another turnover with 4.8 to go. Dupree will catch. She'll try and get up to half court. A long shot from Dupree is short, and that will end the first quarter. The Governors are down by 10 to open up this game, down to 16-6 here at the end of the first quarter. Back in a minute, you listen to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Build a new home or remodel blame the old? Adding a fireplace can make a house a home. Olson Plumbing in Pierre carries a full line of Heatolator fireplaces. Whether your taste is traditional or contemporary, Olson Plumbing has a great selection of Heatolator fireplaces that will fit any style. Whether you're building new or updating, call Olson Plumbing. Heatolator Fireplaces, the first name in fireplaces. Olson Plumbing in Pierre is your source for the industry's largest selection of indoor-outdoor fireplaces, either gas or wood, and outdoor fire pits. Stop by their showroom at 2803 East Wells or give them a call, 224-6436.
Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre still wants your trade or your spare vehicle, and we're willing to give you top dollar. And we'll throw in an additional 250 Pierre Pride dollars. Sell us your car, and Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota will give you an additional 250 Pierre Pride dollars. Trade in your vehicle for a new or different one, and Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota will give you 250 Pierre Pride dollars. Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Call 605-224-7378 and visit GatewayFordToyota.com.
As we welcome you back here and start the second quarter. Grabbed. And now it will be Avery Kaiser. That shot was also missed, and a rebound again here for O'Gorman. So a couple of tough misses there for the Governors on their first possession of the second. Down by 10. My Shorter in, as well as Kaiser, Christofferson, Barry, and Dupree right now here for Pierre. Pass goes out to the top. That's Molly Abdush that had it. Now Abdush will catch again with 7 to go on the shot clock. Oh, there's a block by Dupree. A foul is called. That looked like a pretty, a
lot of people in the green and white thought that was pretty clean.
I was going to say, we're in the green and white right now. It looked like he was clean. I apologize for getting a little AMA in there. But it was another, you've got to be impressed with what Lennox Dupree has done defensively in this game so far. And not just in this game, but throughout this first part of the season. First free throw was made by Molly Abdush. She's now 1 for 1, make it 2 for 2 from the line. But you got to be impressed with how the freshman has played defensively. She has not looked like a freshman on the defensive side. Up ahead for Shorter. She's fouled. So Maya Shorter will go to the free throw line. And a chance now, Nathan, for you to kind of expand on Dupree's defensive ability.
Yeah, a lot of times, especially when a freshman comes up and plays at this varsity level, you got to be a pretty special player. And I think, she's always been extremely talented offensively with her skill set. And playing against girls her age, she's always been super successful. Making the jump up to varsity this year as a freshman offensively, and I think early on had a hard time with just the speed of the game, but now she's got it figured out, and she's really figured it out on the defensive end first, which you love to see, especially as a freshman. She's not willing to back down against anyone. She's out there, she's hustling, she's playing hard, and she's getting up in people's grills.
Shorter went 1 for 2 from the free throw line. The second one looked like it was all the way in and rattled back out. And then the other end, the pass was nearly stolen away by the Governors, but it went off of Pierre and out of play. It was 26 to go on the shot clock. Abdush will catch to the top of the point, wide open for a 3, missed the shot, but Kaiser's right there for the rebound. And Avery Kaiser will outlet it way up ahead for Christofferson. Now Kaiser head fakes over for Stevens, open for 3, takes it, and too strong, but it'll come right back out for Stevens for an offensive board. Pass underneath for Shorter, right back out for Stevens. Good ball movement by the Governors. Kaiser catches in the corner, drives all the way into the lane. That shot is missed. And
offensive board by Shorter.
Gets it a big rebound and a foul committed. That one will be committed by Mentele, and that is effort that every coach likes to see. Shorter had no business getting that offensive rebound, and she did, and forced a foul. So a fresh 35.
Her, and right there, Avery makes the bank shot, but set up by Shorter, being unselfish, sealing her girl, and giving Avery a nice little easy bank shot there.
Yeah, that was a very, very well offensive sequence there for the Governors, getting a couple of offensive boards, and of course finish with Shorter, and then now Shorter will pick up a foul the other way, but Kaiser got the bucket. And so it will be to the free throw line will be Mentele, who just had picked up a foul. Boy, she might start having to pay rent at the free throw line as much as she's been there. Government might think that she's living at the free throw line. First free throw is missed. It remains at 18 to 9. Shorter got called for her first foul. There's my legislative joke for the day in honor of Greg Dean.
Yeah, and Shorter and Christopherson come out of the game, but Shorter doing a really good job in those 2 minutes of the quarter to really kind of be a spark plug for the girls.
The second free throw is made, and it's now 19-9. A 10-point lead for O'Gorman. Underneath, a hard shot and a made shot by Reese Terwilliger. She's got 6, and the lead is down to 8.
Doing a really good job chipping back into this game on the defensive end of the court. Playing kind of a matchup zone here.
Bergen Riley catches at the free throw line. Pass underneath. The tough shot from Mantelli, but it was blocked by Terwilliger. The rebound's tipped around and grabbed by Terwilliger. There's another good defensive play by the Governors. And then a pass from Terwilliger, who saw Price, and then that was an easy read to get a steal off that. It was like looking down a receiver the whole way on the football field for an interception. And then Price will pick up a foul on the other end, and it will be the 16th foul.
Boys will take a three-point lead into halftime, 24-21 over the O'Gorman Knights in Sioux Falls.
There's a 3 in the corner. That's missed. A weak side rebound, though, an offensive board. A pass goes over, and Ronzik will try it again.
She's not going to miss that one 2 times in a row.
Nope, she is not. She's got her second 3, and the lead's 22-11. Doubling up the Governors right now is O'Gorman. Here is Barry for Kaiser, open for 3. She couldn't answer. The rebound's tipped from Mantelli right to Abdush. She's going to say that I did that on purpose. Bergen Riley to the top of the key. And now Ronzik in the baseline gets cut off. It was a double team. Back for Riley. And now a cross-court pass in the corner. It goes for Moore. She was jumping up and down waiting for the ball. By the time she got it, she was collapsed on. Now pass underneath. Riley's wide open. She got way underneath the defenders. And Bergen Riley, she now has 4 points, and the lead is 24-11. O'Gorman back up by 13. This is their largest lead of the ball game. It was 16-4 at this largest. Now it's 24-11. Here's Kaiser. High post shot. That's good from Avery Kaiser. She's now got 4. And that's what she just wanted. I mean, yeah, you only got 13 points right now with 4:18 to go. You just got to see that ball go in the hoop a couple times. Get the confidence rolling. Ronzig misses a 3. Rebounds grabbed by Price and finds Barry. And up ahead it goes here for Price. Now Reese Terwilliger underneath. Stevens will catch. She'll pull up for 3. That one just is off. And the Governors
that's one of those. If we can knock down 1 or 2 more of those, that'll really open up things for Terwilliger inside where they can't collapse down on that.
Terwilliger gets called for the foul. That's the 17th foul, so it'll be free throws the rest of the way here with 4:02 to go in the first half. And the free throw line will be Hannah Ronzik. Lennox Dupree will check in for Ryan Berry. Ronzik at the free throw line for the first time tonight. As Nathan said, 24-21, Governors lead at halftime in the boys' game at O'Gorman. That's a big lead to have because it's not very often. Since I've been here, the Governors have not beat O'Gorman at all, but they certainly have not beat them and have not really played well at O'Gorman. And to be in the lead at halftime, that's one, a good sign, but 2, let's see how that second half can go. See if the Governors can finish it off, because that'd be a huge monumental upset. That pass was deflected, then was off of Stevens last, so another turnover by the Governors. That's their 6th of the ball game. And it will go back for the Lady Knights, who lead it 26-13 right now with 3:52 to go in the first half. Bergen Riley will inbound as Abdush will work it into the front court. Man-to-man defense for the Governors. A pass underneath for Riley. Triple team to her. Her pass, she forced it too quickly. Friedman wasn't ready for it. And then a turnover by O'Gorman. That's their first of the quarter and 5th so far in the ball game.
Yeah, the girls are playing really good help defense right now. It's happened a couple times where Riley's either had Price in the post, posted up well, or when Price has been out, Riley's had Laney posted up in the post, but she's not really feasting down there where you'd think a girl at 6'1" going up against 5'5" girls, you'd expect her to really be doing some damage. She's been doing it more with the passes off the help defense.
Maya Shorter finds Reese Terwilliger, one of the hardest working Governors, and that ball deflected, and that's going to stay with O'Gorman. Coach Bebout was clapping his hands before the point was made, thinking that it went off of O'Gorman. It stays here with the Lady Knights.
Yeah, that's going back to the effort you just talked about. That's one thing that, whether it's volleyball, basketball, So I know some track, whatever it may be. This is a really hard-working group of girls. It's just getting that varsity experience and figuring some things out and learning how to win at this level. You know, we've had those close games where we just haven't been able to close them out. Still trying to figure out how to close those things out and how to win.
There's a 5-second count and closely guarded by Lennox Dupree. You don't see that very often, a 5-second closely guarded turnover, and Lennox Dupree was able to stay with Hannah Rodzik long enough to force that 5-second count. I don't think a lot of the crowd realized what just happened. That's a huge defensive play. There's Price for 3 in the corner, and there we go. There's the first one from Remy Price. Let's see if more can drop now for the Governors. 26-18. They're back down by 8. 2:34 left to go here in the first half. The Governors made just 1 3 on Tuesday. They've got to make more than 1 3 here in this game tonight. There's a shot and a tough shot in the lane. Hannah Rodzik kind of looking for a and one opportunity. I'm not sure, or maybe she threw her hands up. I don't know how I made the shot, but she is able to get the shot to go, and it's now 28-18, and then back to a 10-point lead for O'Gorman. Lennox Dupree to Williger will turn. Good bounce pass on a backdoor cut for Price, and she's now got the last 5 for the Governors. And talk about moving without the basketball. That's a big backdoor cut for the Governors.
You know, you're hoping that'll drop that zone a little bit as well. Open up more of those good three-point shots from the outside.
There's a foul committed by Lady Stevens, her first and the 8th team foul. The good news is, although the Governors have 18 fouls, the good news out of that is that Kaiser's got 2 and everybody else has 1. You have nobody that's got 3 fouls, and Kaiser's going to check back in. She'd be the only one that you're worried about picking up that 3rd foul if that were the case. And as it will be Abdush at the free throw line for another 1-1 here. 1:55 to go here in the second quarter. First free throw, that will rattle its way through, and they will get another free throw attempt. 29-20, and that's what's, hey, got to give credit to O'Gorman right now. They're making their free throws. They're making it, as Nathan talked about earlier in the game. You got to find points whenever the clock is stopped, as Coach Colesrud will take a timeout. 30-20 is our score. We'll keep it here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. But right now, O'Gorman is making the shots with the clock stopped. The Governors are doing the same way as well. When you look at where they're at, they're 5 of 6 from the free throw line, so you can't fault them there. They're on their way to having more than 10 free throws this game. But O'Gorman has been to the free throw line a lot, and they've been able to knock down their shots.
Yeah, I think you look at the score, and it's a 10-point game right now. But and I didn't get to see the game up in Aberdeen, but you like to think, we didn't shoot very well from the outside, so getting some shots at the free throw line, getting those, the 15-foot uncontested free throw, and now Remy knocking down a couple shots. You really hope that those will trigger some confidence and some momentum and knock down some other shots as the game goes.
1:55 to go, coming out of the timeout, and to go back to talk about O'Gorman knocking down their shot. They're 11 for 14 from the free throw line right now. They have shot the ball well from the line. And you take away half those, if you're shooting 7 for 14, it's a 2-possession game right now. But instead you're up by 10 because you're 11 for 14. Kaiser had an open look for a 3, decided not to take it. Dupree flipped a pass over to Williger. Now Price on the baseline, kicks it back out for Barry. To the high post, a shot. She is fouled from the high post position.
She's looking around like she really wasn't sure what the whistle was for, because I don't think she thought she was fouled.
But she's going to go to the free throw line for 2. And Ryan Berry, who's looking for her first points. A couple of weeks ago in Mitchell, she had a career high, 16 points. She shot well from beyond the arc. And she makes the first free throw to make it 30-21. Did not see who the foul was on. I believe it was on Abdush, but it is the 5th team foul.
No, I think they got more.
Lucy
Moore?
If
the sideboards are correct, Abdush does not have a foul. So I think they got more with that one.
My view is always distracted by the basketball hoop that is.
If I lean over, I can catch it.
That's why I have you up here. Just that reason. No, I'm just kidding. There's a lot of more reasons than that. Here is O'Gorman, 30-22. They lead by 8 with 1:25 left to go in the first half. Bergen Riley underneath. A pass goes back out. Mentele, her pass was way too high for Abdush, and it goes on a play. The 7th turnover. And the Governors again here, down by 8. This is the point of the game last Friday where the Governors would go down by 9 to Brandon Valley. They'd always get within 9, and then a 3-pointer was made. They go right back down by 12. The Governors are back down by 8. They got to find a way to get underneath that 8 spot here with 1:10 left to go in the first half. Kaiser, the corner three for Price. That is going to be good for Remy Price. Her second three. There's a way to get under the 8 points. They cut it to 5. A left-handed layup all the way to the basket. The shot's missed. The rebound, a foul is called, and Bergen Riley will go to the free throw line. That's the 9th foul on the floor. There's a 9th foul, so it's the last time we'll have 1 and 1. And Remy Price will pick up her second foul.
Coach Bebout looking to do some offense for defensive subbing here. Had Maya Shorter checked in to go into the game and pulled her back. I think he's looking to do offense for defense for Kaiser.
Riley missed the free throw, but it was a rebound grab by Ronzik. A baseline jumper from Ronzik is missed. The rebound is tipped and is grabbed by Kaiser and Riley both have it. So a jump ball that will stay with the O'Gorman Lady Knights. Now Shorter will check in for Kaiser, offense for defense, as they have to go back on defense with a fresh 35. The good news is the Governors want the ball to start the second half. Bergen Riley, inbound pass, shot is missed, and Maya Shorter gets the rebound. That's a big miss there, right underneath the basket from Ronzik. Shorter got the rebound. Now Dupree over for Barry. Governors can cut it to a possession with any made back basket. There we go. Shots missed by Dupree.
Another offensive board.
Bucket and basket were the 2 words. Barry, a runner in the lane. It's good for Brian Barry. And it's now 30-27. 17 seconds to go. See if the Governors can get a stop. Ronzik missed the shot. Riley got the rebound. Back for more for the shot. It's missed. The rebound is just between the legs of Ryan Barry with 11.1 to go, because if the Governors had that rebound, they had 11 seconds to try and get a 3 to tie the game up going into halftime.
Yeah, I think, O'Gorman did a really nice job of pushing the ball up and kind of catching the Govs off guard. They weren't quite ready for O'Gorman to push it up like that. I think they're expecting O'Gorman to sit for the last shot.
Ronzik hits a huge three with 1 second to go. Dupree's not going to get the shot away, and it will be 33-28 going in. It's going to be 27 going in to the locker room. Anna Ronzik knocks down her third three of the game, but the Governors, down by as many as 13 this half, come back to only trail it by 6 going into the second half.
This is kind of what we talked about. We've had the MO, our girls have had the MO of when we play a good team, we're going to play well. When we play a team that's not quite not one of those 6 one-loss teams we've played, we've had some struggles. So far, there's got to be a lot of confidence, a lot of positive things going into halftime.
Absolutely. We'll have halftime stats come up here in just a little bit. Back in 3 minutes, you're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
First United Methodist Church would like to take this time to wish the Pierre Governors great success in this sports season. Athletic competition builds skills, leadership, teamwork, and provides lifelong lessons in character development. I'm Pastor Greg, and I invite you to join us for meaningful worship, personal growth, and compassionate fellowship. For a list of worship times and upcoming events, visit our website, pierrefirstumc.org, or our Facebook page, Pierre First United Methodist Church.
Most of us already know that Gales Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
People helping people.
Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates, at your service, at your side, with offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
Bank West Insurance has the expertise and resources to deliver personalized service and customized solutions. As an independent agency, we shop dozens of companies to get you the best coverage at the best price. As your trusted choice for insurance coverage, we promise to go the extra mile so you can rest assured your loved ones and your assets are protected. Contact your local agent to put Bank West Insurance to work for you.
Not a deposit, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal agency, not guaranteed by any bank, may go down in value, equal opportunity provider.
Has it been years since you've been to the dentist? Are you afraid to see a dentist? If so, you are among many people who feel this way. Hi, I am Dr. Michelle Hofer of Missouri River Dentistry. At our office, we pride ourselves as an office that uses a personal touch to offer gentle dentistry, tailored to fit each patient's needs. We do so by utilizing state-of-the-art equipment and methods which allow the patients to feel comfortable. So whether it has been many years or 6 months since your last dental visit, your oral health is important. We invite you to call us at Missouri River Dentistry, 223-2021, 223-2021.
As we welcome you back here at Riggs High School, Joe Winkler alongside Nathan Nas. It is halftime. The Governors down 33-27 here at the break. They trailed by as many as 13 and came storming back, got down by 3, but a big three-pointer made by Hannah Ronzik at the right before the buzzer to get O'Gorman back up by 6 as we run through the totals here for both teams. We'll start with the Pierre Governors. Remy Price and Reese Terwilliger have the team high, both tied with 8 right now. 4 points for Avery Kaiser and Ryan Berry. 2 points for Sydney Tedrow, and Maya Shorter went 1 for 2 from the free throw line. The Governors as a team went 7 for 8 from the line in that first half, and that's good. That is very, very good. O'Gorman shot really well from the free throw line, but if they can even things up and continue to shoot that way, Pierre's in a good spot going into this second half. You look at the O'Gorman side, 13 points for Hannah Rodzik. She had that big 3 to get to that 13-point spot and give O'Gorman a 6-point lead. 9 points for Molly Abdush, 6 points for Kira Mentele, and she's done pretty much, well, actually, she's got more than 6 points, I believe, should have an odd number of points.
So you got a lot of free throws
right.
Counted up there.
She's got 7. She's got 7 points, I believe. Yep, 7 points for her. So I was 1 off, but math is hard sometimes. 4 points for Bergen Riley, and only 4 players have scored. But as I talked about before, that 11 for 14 for the free throw line, and I believe they end up finishing here, if I can do quick math, with 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, they went 11 for 14 overall in that first half. Didn't shoot after that. But two good teams right now. The Pierre Governors, I think after the loss on Thursday, whether you wanted to think it or not, you're going, oh boy, this Pierre team's maybe not as good as we thought maybe they could be.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people with concerns after seeing the score of that game.
And I can't argue that you don't have concerns about it, but this is probably easing a little bit of those concerns and saying, boy, no matter who the Pierre Governors are playing, we got a shot. And the Governors right now have that shot here in this game, down by just 6. They're playing the team that beat Washington. They played Brandon, who beat O'Gorman close. They played close to Washington, who beat Brandon. I mean, all those teams all beat each other up, and the Governors are playing with them and can play with the number 1, 2, and 3 team in the state.
Yeah, and it kind of leaves you sitting there scratching your head at, maybe what's caused some of those struggles. But yeah, like our girls have shown that they can go out and they can play with anyone. They've played with the top 3 teams in Class AA, which are 3 really, really good basketball teams. And on the same token, within the same week, we go out and we don't play as well as we should have against Aberdeen. But you have to be really happy and really optimistic with the things our girls are showing and the things that we're doing tonight. We're not shooting the ball as well as we'd like to, and there's been in part due to O'Gorman being so good defensively and such good shot blockers. But O'Gorman's probably sitting with close to 10 block shots, maybe not quite there, but we're only down 6 points. So there's a lot of really positive things going on, and you also you don't expect a team even as good as O'Gorman is to be able to get their fingers and get their hands on so many shot attempts that you put up.
The O'Gorman Lady Knights, they lead it by 6 here at the end of the first half, 33-27 over the Pierre Governors. The Governors will get the ball, start the second half, and that'll be coming up here in the next 2 minutes. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention, it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
Faith Lutheran Church prays for God's blessings to all of our athletes and their families. We're proud of the commitment and dedication that you give to your team. We would love for you to join us and celebrate the successes that God gives to us on the field, in the classroom, and throughout our lives. You can worship with us at Faith Lutheran Church on Sundays at 8:30 and 11 a.m., on Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m., or you can watch online at faithluth.com/livestream.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
And we welcome you back here to Riggs High School as we are set for the second half. As the Pierre Governors, they are down 33-27. We'll get the ball to start this third quarter. And John Wickler alongside Nathan Nas. It was a very good end of that first. It was a 16-4 game. It was 16-6 after the first quarter. The Governors were able to score 21 points in that second quarter, but more so, they were down by as many as 13, and they came all the way back, got down by 3, and with the 3 here, you don't want to try and settle for a 3 right away, but they can easily get one bucket, and they're right back down by one possession. This is really, really looking grim at 16-4, and the girls really doing a good job of battling back into this as Ryan Berry shoots and makes the 3. There's your 3 to get right back into one possession. Ryan Berry's now got 7, and the Governors are down by 3, 33-30. And looking for maybe one defensive stop, but Bergen Riley catches it underneath. She was wide open, and Riley now with 6 points, and the lead is right back up to 5, 35-30. Here with 7:28 to go in the first. Another block shot for Bergen Riley. She's got 4 points to go for 10 points. I think she's got maybe 4 blocks left before she's got a double-double too, with blocks. And that's probably one of the rarest double-doubles that you can find, especially in high school basketball. Hannah Ronzik over on the right side. Friedman underneath. Ronzik, a fadeaway shot is missed, and the rebound's grabbed by Price. Bounce pass for Berry to work it up the floor here for the Governors. They're down by 5. Minute gone by here in the third quarter. Avery Kaiser will catch. Hands off for Stevens just beyond the three-point line. And now here is Kaiser to catch again. Takes one dribble to her right. Now Price. Jab steps, will drive left. Baseline jumper is too strong off the back iron. And a weak side rebound from Riley. And up ahead goes O'Gorman. Ronzik looks. And now we'll throw it over on the left wing again. Into the corner, Friedman for Ronzik. A tough shot, missed the rebound and the putback, a foul. And I'll give you one guess on who's going to go to the free throw line. It's the one that I couldn't figure out how many free throws she made. Mantelli's at the free throw line for 2. Stevens gets called for her second foul. I had to sit there and look to see how many free throws she made. She went 5 for 8 from the free throw line. So also to tell you, I wasn't right with the amount of free throws that were taken. They went 11 for 15 from the free throw line because there was one other miss. And if she's missed 3 and there's one other miss, can't have only 3 misses. But she goes 2 for 2 on that trip, and it's now 37-30. Basic math. I'm here to help. Sometimes that counting can be tough, though. I was going to say, need the calculator to add 1 + 1. Here's Remy Price. Ryan Berry for 3. There's another three. Add him up to 33.
Coach Bebout with a quick timeout after, I kind of like this timeout. You come down, you hit a couple threes. Ryan Berry comes down, hits a couple threes. Maybe some slight adjustments on the defensive end with him getting some shots inside, but really good first couple minutes for the girls.
And that's I do like. I'm not a coach, so I understand why you take timeouts I don't want to say understand when you take timeouts wherever you do, but I like these timeouts. So after you make a shot, because you feel a good momentum and you feel like the attention probably as a coach, you probably feel like the attention's a little bit more focused in the timeout in that huddle because you just made a big shot. And you just got something going for you. And
yeah,
of course,
like you said, things are going well, and you take a timeout. It doesn't feel like, oh, great, things are going downhill quickly. Better call a timeout.
Yeah.
Things are going well, and you call a timeout, and you're confident coming out of that timeout instead of, okay, now we got to try to figure out how to fix some things.
I was going to say, when you have a good day, you're usually more attentive at night at the end of the day. When you have a bad day, things aren't as attentive to you. That's kind of what I feel like those timeouts would be like in the huddle. I say I feel like it would be because I don't know what it's like to be in that huddle. Here is over on the right side. Hannah Ronzik over for Bergen Riley. Riley will look. The long pass. Abdush should open for three. That's good for Molly Abdush. That's a big answer. Right on the timeout for Molly Abdush, who now has 12. And the lead is now up to 7, 40-33. Here is Lainey Stevens for Kaiser. Long pass for Price on the right wing and near the corner. Work it back out more towards the wing. And now Stevens pump fakes. Long pass, skip pass.
Barry was looking for one more pass to get her over into that corner.
Kaiser with a layup with the left hand, and that's good. And that's also what you like to see is Kaiser gets the bucket, but Barry's won the basketball right now. She's feeling confident, and that's what you want from every girl, that they want the ball in their hands and put up a shot. Here is Friedman for Ronzik, another three, and that's another three made for Hannah Ronzik. That's now her fourth three of the ball game. Back-to-back threes on possessions here for O'Gorman, and it's 43-35. Lainey Stevens working on the wing, drives down to the baseline. Double team, no one was there except for Friedman, and a turnover by the Governors.
She's expecting Terwilliger to cut to that play side block instead of the backside.
Hannah Ronzik missed the shot on the baseline, probably because she took a 2 instead of a 3. Here's Remy Price, but she's lights out from beyond the arc. Here is Avery Kaiser. Skip pass, Price is open. She'll take a 3. She was hit as she got the 3 release. No foul was called. And
Coach Bebout is right in the officials' ear, and that'd be one I'll agree with. I'm not to be negative, but I'm not sure how he didn't see that one.
Here is Friedman with a free throw line jumper, and Hannah Friedman's on the score sheet for the first time. 45-35. A 10-point lead. Here's Barry racing down the floor. Kaiser open. She'll take a 3. That one's too strong. The rebound, though, is grabbed by Terwilliger. Stevens looks back for Kaiser. Her pass deflected, stolen away by Abduch. A breakaway, a left-handed layup, and in for Molly Abduch.
Here comes another one of those things are starting to go well, so you take a timeout for O'Gorman.
Yeah, and right now you got to feel Pierre's going. They're not defeated by any means, but you got to feel that Pierre's going in to that huddle, feeling a little bit defeated right now. And O'Gorman, again, the attention's probably up a little bit higher than it was the last time the timeout was taken. 3:59 to go here in the third quarter. The Governors are down 47-35, back in 30 seconds. Listen to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
To reach goals. It's a truth that applies to more than just sports. It also goes for your financial goals. You work hard for your money. You deserve an investment strategy that lines up with your game plan. Your local Edward Jones financial advisor can help. If your investments aren't getting you closer to the win, visit edwardjones.com or stop by your local Pierre area Edward Jones office for a financial review. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
As we welcome you back here, the Governors is down 47-35 here at the end, not the end, but a midway point of the third quarter. And a timeout taken by Coach Colesrud after that made bucket. And Pierre got down right back within 3, and then quickly now O'Gorman has got it back up to 12, and the Governors have got to find a way to get right back in it.
Yeah, things kind of, turned into a track meet there, and the Governors, as well as we were shooting the ball there, came out on the wrong side of the track meet to start there.
Here's Ryan Berry. See if see if the Governors slow things down a little bit. But, of course, they like to play fast as well. Remy Price for Kaiser. Now Barry will catch. Good pump fake by Barry. Back steps and kicks it over for Terwilliger. Now it is Stevens. Good pick and roll there from Terwilliger and Stevens. And Terwilliger's now got double digits. She's got 10, 47-37. The lead is down to 10 with 3:34 left to go in the third quarter. Driving was Mentelli, a tough shot and a rebound grabbed by Kaiser. Almost threw it away from Barry, but a good fingertip on it, and then was able to get a running start at the ball. And now Barry's got it back at the point, and the Governors down by 10. Here's Price. Three is up. It just ran short. Kaiser gets the rebound as she was falling, trying to throw it back for Price, and threw it right to Barry. It should be right to Riley. And it will be here for O'Gorman. Into the corner it goes. A three is missed with a rebound from Riley. The shot is good. Price fouls her. And to the free throw line is Bergen Riley. A chance for a three-point play as Price will pick up her third foul. And the lead is now back to 12 again. Ryan Berry, Remy Price will both take a seat as Lise Christopherson and Lennox Dupree are in. Lucy Moore took the baseline jumper, missed it, and it went right down to Bergen Riley. And the free throw and one is good for Bergen Riley, and the lead's 13, the largest lead, tie for the largest lead again for O'Gorman. 2:55 left to go here in the third quarter. Dupree for Stevens. A bounce pass, and that's intercepted after it went off of Hannah Ronzik and stolen away by Bergen Riley again. Here's Abdush for O'Gorman. Right side for Bergen Riley. Top of the key, Ronzik will catch. Hannah Ronzik for three. She's going to make another one. That's her fifth three of the ball game. She's got now 19 points, 53-37, a 16-point lead, now the largest lead for O'Gorman. Elise Christopherson had a three, didn't take it, ended up passing it to Kaiser, got it right back from Kaiser. Now Stevens gets another screen from Terwilliger and another block from O'Gorman. Ronzik up ahead, Riley, double dribble is called, and that will be a turnover by O'Gorman. That's just their first of the half. They had 7 in the first half. The Governors are up to 10 turnovers now after having 6 in the first half. And Cindy Tedrow will check back in here for the Pierre Governors. Lennox Dupree for Pierre with 2:02 to go in the third quarter. 53-37. Dupree with a good crossover. Starts to drive, kicks it high post for Terwilliger. She'll call Dupree back, gets the handoff to her, and then a foul committed driving was Dupree, and Lucy Moore will pick up just her second foul and the first team foul by O'Gorman here in this first half, or the second half.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest difference from the first half to this half is just O'Gorman's, they're handling the peer pressure better. They're not as many turnovers. They're getting some good shots, and they're running some more off-ball screens, and the Govs just aren't communicating as well as they need to, and they're freeing up shooters.
Lennox Dupree over for Stevens. That pass swatted down by Riley, and it goes out of play. Stays with the Governors with 24 in the shot clock. They got a fresh 35 after that foul was committed by Lucy Moore. Now here is Terwilliger that will catch. Her pass goes back out for Dupree. 1:35 to go in the third quarter. Governors down by 16, 53-37. Dupree, she'll start to drive to the left. Down to 10 on the shot clock. Picks up her dribble. Tedrow will catch. Underneath for Terwilliger. Good pass. One dribble down. Pump fake and off the glass for Reese Terwilliger. She's now got 12. And it's 53-39. 1:15 left to go here in the third quarter. There's a steal by the Governors. And a push is called on Lucy Moore, her third foul. And it was Christopherson that forced the turnover and got the ball and also drew the foul. And the second team foul, both of them have been called against Moore. With 1:07 left to go here in the third quarter. Lainey Stevens over for Tedrow. Top of the key for Terwilliger. Now here is Lennox Dupree. Drives around the screen of Terwilliger. Christopherson again. Terwilliger, she won't take that three from out there. Stevens, now here's Tedrow underneath for Terwilliger. She'll turn to her left, jump with the right hand, and good. Reese Terwilliger, boy, she works hard every single possession. She's being rewarded tonight. She's been rewarded the last couple of games, but she's got 6 in the quarter, 14 in the game, and the Governors are back down by 12 with 30 seconds left to go. 5 seconds difference between shot clock and game clock. Ronzik for three, and again. Hannah Rodzik hits another three, her third three of the game, 56-41. She's now got 6 threes and a 22-point night for Hannah Rodzik. A foul committed by Rodzik. That's like the first thing that she hasn't done well tonight. That's their first foul.
She's done a really good job of moving without the ball, and that's really what's creating these threes for her. It's not O'Gorman running sets for her. It's not a lot of screens for her. It's just her doing a really good job of understanding their offense and moving without the ball.
Karsten Schlimgen will check in. 14 seconds to go in the third quarter. Boy, who'd have thought that a name like Rodzik would be good at basketball?
Yeah, I think she's got a sister that's doing pretty well down in Creighton.
Good ball move by the Governors, but Price missed the shot right near the buzzer and right at the basket. And we will head to the fourth quarter. And the Governor girls are down 56-41 as we head to the fourth. Back in a minute with the fourth quarter. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
As long as you have a local cooperative, you'll never farm alone. At CHS Midwest Cooperative, our team is your team, ready to help you make the decisions that are vital to your operation. From the seed, plant health, and marketing the grain, to fuel to keep you running, the feed to supplement your herds, and the financing programs to make it all possible. We're here for you. Give CHS Midwest Cooperative a call today and let us show you the value of the co-op. Local, loyal, and trusted for generations.
Hey DQ fans, when was the last time you ordered our crispy classic chicken strips or our juicy rotisserie style chicken bites? Both baskets are sumptuous, tender, and paired with Texas toast and golden french fries. With options this good, either choice is a perfect choice. And ring in the new year with a new fave, the Oreo Mocha Fudge Blizzard Treat. It's got chunks of Oreo cookie goodness, fudge pieces, and just the right amount of mocha, all blended into DQ's world famous soft serve. Looks like your morning coffee just got a whole lot tastier. Grab the Oreo Mocha Fudge Blizzard Treat today, only at DQ. Happy taste good. And we welcome you back here as we start the fourth quarter. John Winkler alongside Nathan Nas as the Governors are down 56-41 as we open up this fourth quarter, and O'Gorman has the ball to open up this fourth quarter. Underneath, the pass goes for Abdush for three, and Molly Abdush makes it now 59-41. Abdush now with 16 points, and the lead is at 59-41. And the Governors are finding themselves down by as many as 16 now. Shots missed, but the rebound's grabbed by Barry in the lane. Kicks it back out for Kaiser for three. That's too strong. The rebound now is grabbed by Price. So another good chance here for the Governors. And another three for Barry, and that shot is missed. The Governors had 3 opportunities there, and they missed all of them. And Bergen Riley now leads ahead for Mentele, and she is going to go to the free throw line again. She got paid by the amount of times they said that she's going to the free throw line.
You'd be a rich man.
I'd be saying, all right, you got just maybe a couple more years left, and I'll retire.
Yeah, she's doing a really good job of having a good physical presence inside, and she's really forcing the Govs to either foul her or let her lay it in for 2.
Reese Terwilliger picks up her second foul. She'll take a seat as Maya Shorter will check in. 59-41. Governors down by 18. The largest deficit they've had in this game. The second free throw is good at 60-41. A 19-point advantage here for O'Gorman. This was a game that was at a three-point game right at the end of the first half. It turned into a 6-point game at the half, but then a 3-point game right at the beginning of the third quarter. But it turned out to O'Gorman. Hannah Rodzik could not miss from beyond the arc. Really, anybody from O'Gorman couldn't miss beyond the arc. Maya Shorter will catch her pass deflected. Nearly stolen, but Dupree's got it. A 10-foot jump shot is good for Lennox Dupree. Her first points. Really one of the few shots that she's taken tonight. She's got her first 2, 60-43. And a foul driving to the bucket. It was on the floor. Abdush is fouled. And that was committed by by Dupree. That is her second and the 4th team foul. A fresh 35, Bergen Riley inbounds off the glass and in on the inbound pass for Hannah Rodzik. And it's now 62-43. What's she doing inside the arc?
I think that's what kind of threw off whoever was defending her. They were expecting her to go hit another 3 and made a nice cut to the basket and finished.
She's got 24 points with 6 threes in this ball game. Shorter just missed the pass. It will go out of play, and it'll be a turnover by the Governors. And things have started to unravel a little bit here. The Governors down by 19. That's going to be now their 11th turnover of the ball game. O'Gorman with 9 so far through 3 quarters. And O'Gorman, this is a team. It's tough to beat this O'Gorman team. They're going to be one of those teams at the end. There's a jump ball that's called. It will go to the Governors, so that'll be a turnover for O'Gorman. But they're going to be one of the teams at the end of the season that will be that's going to be right there. And where the Governors sit right now, this would be the first round matchup if this was a SODAC 16 game. We'd obviously be at O'Gorman instead of being here at Riggs, but Pierre's got to find a way to get in that 12th, 11th spot to, I wouldn't say feel more comfortable to win, but have more of a puncher's chance to get a win. Remy Price for Kaiser. She'll start to drive, high step around, and she has fouled, and will go to the line for 2. Mentele will pick up her second foul, the 4th team foul. Kaiser at the free throw line for the first time tonight. Well, Nathan, we talked about it being the Governors are well on their way to shooting 10 free throws. This is number 9 and 10. They had 8 in the first half. They did not get to the free throw line in the third quarter, and Kaiser will make the first free throw, 62-44. Although O'Gorman went 3 for 3 from the line, so they didn't go in that third quarter, so they didn't get a whole lot of free throw attempts. And it looks like we
got some blood.
Oh, yeah. Abdush has got a cut on her leg. And she's got to get that taken care of before they can get back. So whether they sub her out, I think that they have, I don't know if they have a certain amount of time. But it looks like it might be just a simple wipe the leg, put the Band-Aid on, and you're good to go.
Yeah, and that's what they did. They already got a wrap on it. Now I think they're going to put a little tape just to help keep it in place, and we'll get back going.
Easy. Yep, there we go. Easy enough to get that taken care of, and of course there's no blood on the floor, so you don't have to worry about it.
I know in wrestling you get your 5 minutes of blood time. I'm not sure what it is for basketball.
That's right. Well, 5:40 left to go. That'd be interesting to get a 5-minute blood timeout in basketball. Second free throw is good for Kaiser. 62-45. Wrestlers will be in Brookings tomorrow. And another good tournament. There's a backcourt violation that's called against O'Gorman. And that's now turnover number 11 in the ball game for the Lady Knights. 62-45, 17-point advantage for O'Gorman with 5:35 left to go here in the fourth quarter. The Governor boys down 46-41 with 90 seconds left to go in their game as they gave O'Gorman a big scare. There's another block shot until he blocked the shot of Kaiser. And now Ronzik will float it to the basket, left it short. Bergen Riley gets the rebound. And now underneath the basket was Friedman. There's a rejection from Kaiser, but she got too much of the body. So Kaiser with a huge block, but it will go down as a foul.
The official under the basket gave the open hand like it was just a dead ball out of play, but the official out here on the wing definitely saw her get her with the body.
Third foul by Kaiser. First free throw is good from Friedman. And it's now 63-45. An 18-point lead with 5:12 left to go. Second free throw, that one's too strong, and the rebound's grabbed by Kaiser. And going back the other way, here is Kaiser underneath for Terwilliger. The pass goes up Kaiser. Now Barry over for Stevens. Stevens will look back for Terwilliger at the point. Right side for Barry. She'll work it to the high post. She'll turn. Throws it back for Kaiser. Now Kaiser will drive in on Mentele, looking for some contact. She got the contact, but was able to push Mentele out of the way legally, and then gets the easy bucket underneath the basket. There's a three from Abdush. That's too strong. The weak side rebound, though, is grabbed. The putback is good from Friedman. And it's now 65-47. An 18-point lead for O'Gorman. Race to Williger with 4:20 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Governors will get Harrisburg on Tuesday here at home. And that game can be heard on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Then they'll go back out on the road again to the long trip of Yankton. Here is a three for Kaiser. That's too strong. And the rebound, though, gets grabbed by Remy Price. And Price for Stevens. A three. That's good from Lady Stevens. That's her first bucket of the night. 65-50. 15-point game. Coach Bebot will take a timeout. He's going to use a full timeout, so we're going to step aside here for 30 seconds. 65-50. Governors down by 15 with 3:55 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Wagner Auto Company is your complete transportation headquarters. You'll find a great selection of quality new Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, and Jeep vehicles, plus a great selection of quality pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles. They'll take good care of you after the sale with a full-service parts and body shop, along with a friendly financing team that'll do their best to get you into your next new or pre-owned vehicle with financing that fits your budget. Wagner Auto is your local, family-owned, full-service dealership in Pierre. WagnerAuto.com. That's WagnerAuto.com.
3:55 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Governors are down by 15. John Wickler alongside Nathan Nasr. Listen to KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront broadcasting station. Tuesday nights we'll be back on the air as Harrisburg will be in town for the girls basketball game. 6:40 start coverage, 7 o'clock tip-off between Pierre and Harrisburg. And then Thursday, Bryce Ladwig will have the call. We'll have it on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports down from Yankton. And then we'll be back on the air again on Friday when the boys Yankton team will be up here in Pierre, as we'll have it for you on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. So a busy week, but no games, no 2-game days for the Pierre Governors next week. Pass underneath, Lucy Moore's shots rejected. And the rebound, though, comes to Bergen Riley. Her putback is missed, but another offensive rebound. It's for Moore. Her pass goes all the way over Abdush. Now for a cutting Ronzik. She's inside the lane, kicks it back out for Moore. Now Ronzik will catch over on the right side. To the corner it goes, and now Bergen Riley back out top of the key for Abdush for 3. And Molly Abdush, they are letting the threes rain down, and boy, oh boy, I've not seen a team shoot so well from beyond the arc like I've seen O'Gorman shoot from beyond the arc tonight.
Yeah, this is one of those teams that when they get those looks, you know, they might have an off night here or there, but they play a lot of basketball. They're a very fundamentally sound team. They're going to knock down those open looks.
Here is Stevens. Pass over for Kaiser. Takes a couple dribble, backdoor cut for Price. She is fouled by Mentele. And it'll be their third foul, the 15th foul. We'll go to the free throw line here for 2 free throws for Price, who had all 8 of her points right now. She's got 8 in the game. All 8 of them came in the second quarter. So Price at the free throw line for the first time here this evening. And the first free throw is good from Remy Price. Now 9 points for her. And it's 68-51. I mean, this O'Gorman team, like you said, they'll have off shooting nights, but boy, I can't even say that they're just shooting out of their mind, because I think they can do it night in and night out. This isn't a game where you're going, well, if we play them again, they're not going to shoot that well from beyond the arc. And they may very well not. But it's a team that can. There's a pass that goes off the shoulder of Riley.
Yeah, the shooting they have tonight, I think it's, you know, even if it is a really good shooting night for them, it's the expectation for O'Gorman.
Mentele is fouled. She makes the bucket this time, so she doesn't get 2 free throws, but she is going back to the free throw line for and 1. As the foul is committed by Dupree, 16 foul. Price will check in for Barry. 2:38 left to go here in the fourth quarter. 70-52. Governors down by 18, make it 19 as the free throw is good from Mentele. She's got 9 points. Excuse me. She has now 12 points. 13 points. And she has 9 from the free throw line. Just two made shots from the field, and one of those was just now when she got an and 1 opportunity. Reese Terwilliger at the point, right side for Stevens. A screen from Terwilliger, rolls off it, pass and a foul by Mentele. Trying to swipe away the pass to Terwilliger, and that's a 16 foul, and she's got 4 fouls, so it'll be here for the Governors, a fresh 35, a baseline inbound with 2:10 left to go here in the fourth quarter, 71-52.
The Governor boys will fall 55-49 to Sioux Falls O'Gorman.
Valiant effort by the Governor boys. Just not enough at O'Gorman tonight. Pass intercepted. Here's Abdush racing down the floor. She's got some good speed. There's Molly Abdush, and she will finish with another bucket.
She's got 22 on the night.
And a quiet 22. Because we've talked about Hannah Rodzik. We've talked a lot about Bergen Riley. We really didn't talk about Molly Abdush, and she's had a quiet 22 points. That shot was missed by Kaiser with 1:35 left to go here in the fourth quarter. And a timeout will be taken by Goldsrud
just going to roll in some subs.
Yeah, just to get the subs in, and I don't think they're going to. Yeah, nobody's going to go to the bench. Tedrow and Shorter will also check in.
I believe they have to offer Coach Beebe out if he wants to accept the timeout, but yep, he's just rolling some subs in now as well, and
I think now he wants to take the timeout.
Yep,
so.
Now he will accept it.
Beebe going. He still took the timeout though. It's not my timeout. I'm going to get taken from, but I'm going to take the. If he's going to take it, I'm going to talk to my players. So right now in the game for the Governors, it is Shorter, Tedrow. They checked in. I believe they have as well. We'll have to see if Kaiser or Terwilliger stayed in. We'll see who all comes out of the huddle. And for O'Gorman, we'll get you those that are in as well. Coming out of the timeout here in just a moment. 1:35 left to go in the fourth quarter. 73-52, a 21-point lead. So for O'Gorman, it is Lucy Moore as well as Owinga Coy. You have Patton Peterson. Throwing the ball in will be Claire Benson.
And then
Karsten Schlimgen.
Over the corner.
Yeah, that would be all five. For the Governors, it is Ryan Berry, Cindy Tedrow, Kara Weiss, Danny Beck, and Hannah Lemieux. That is in. It's very nice when I can just look at them and know who they are. I was looking through all the numbers and everything for O'Gorman, and all I had to do is just look who was on the floor for the Governors. I didn't have to find any numbers on the roster. Pass underneath for Okoye. That pass is deflected, and Hannah Lemieux will get the steal. And Ryan Berry here for the Governors with 1:20 left to go in the fourth quarter. That pass is intercepted and going back the other way, and a foul committed by Berry. That's the 17th foul. Berry's second, and we will have free throws once again for O'Gorman. And it will be at the line. It will be Karsten Schlimgen.
Elise Christofferson will check in for the Governors, and out will go Ryan Berry, as now the Governors will have all five starters subbed out.
1:16 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Karsten Schlimgen. First free throw is missed, and the rebound is going to be grabbed by Weiss, and a foul is committed, so we'll have free throws the other way, as that's Lucy Moore's fourth foul. And we'll go back the other way. Kara Weiss will have a chance for some free throws for the Governors.
Kennedy Rentz will come into the game for the Knights.
So 1:15 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Governors down 73-52. The free throw from Weiss is good. Her first points tonight, 71-53. Governor boys will be in Harrisburg tomorrow. We'll have won't have that game for you, but we'll have YA Capitals hockey tomorrow night as they play at 6 o'clock. Weiss goes 2 for 2 from the free throw line. The Capital boys have Sioux Falls 1 tomorrow night, 6 o'clock. Starts that contest. Will be on the air around 5:40. That shot from the baseline is good from Peyton Peterson, and it's now 73-54. Nathan Nas is going to join me for that call with his vast hockey knowledge.
I might have to. I might be a little more quiet, as you're going to be doing a lot of teaching.
Here's Elise Chris. Hey, I mean, I guess that's a good way. If you don't know the game of hockey, that might be a good way to learn.
Yeah, you can't. I know you can't go into the zone. Danny Beck with the big block, but her foot will be on the line. I know you can't enter the zone until the puck does, and I know you have to score more goals than the other team to win. That's my hockey knowledge.
Now icing is from the behind the red line, and you throw it behind, then you dump it in too far, goes past that goal line. That's icing. And now you know all the basics for hockey. There's a rebound, and then looks like a kick ball is going to be called against Claire Benson. She ended up diving on top of the ball, and she ended up almost knocking the wind out of her because she landed right on top. Their stomach landed right on top of the ball. Shot clock is turned off. 25 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter. The Governors will fall to 3-9 on the season. Lemieux for 3. That's too strong. Rebound will be grabbed by Okoye, and that will end this ball game as they'll be able to dribble it out once they get across midcourt. So the Governors will fall to 3-9 on the season. 75-54 will be the final. A 21-point win for O'Gorman, who had a scare at this point at the end of the first half and the beginning of the second half. The Governors cut it to as low as 3, but the Governors will fall 75-54. Back in 3 minutes with your post-game show. Back in 2 minutes with your post-game show. Listen to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your health care is important, and Shane wants to be the pharmacist to take care of you. Shane's Pharmacy will make sure your prescriptions are filled in a timely manner. They will answer your questions, and they will even deliver to your home or office. Call 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy, the pharmacy you know and trust. The number again is 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy in Fort Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
Innovation. It's right here. Avera St. Mary's Hospital keeps care local for you and your family, offering comprehensive care that has earned 4 out of 5 stars by the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services in hospital performance and safety. Avera St. Mary's world-class care is further supported by advanced technology, 2-way video e-consults, 3D mammography, and a state-of-the-art birthing center, so you and your family don't have to go anywhere else, because innovation lives right here in Pierre. Learn more at avera.org/news.
This winter, sip on a delicious hot cocoa and lose yourself in the grace of a fresh falling snow before you smash that hot mug on the driveway and join First Dakota to bank some noise for winter sports. Stomp for block shots, holler for match ceiling takedowns, and go berserk for a perfect dismount. Let's give the home team all we've got. Bank some noise with us at First Dakota National Bank. Open a new account online today at firstdakota.com, member FDIC.
Are you building a new home or remodeling the old? Adding a fireplace can make a house a home. Olson Plumbing in Pierre carries a full line of heat-a-later fireplaces. Whether your taste is traditional or contemporary, Olson Plumbing has a great selection of heat-a-later fireplaces that will fit any style. Whether you're building new or updating, call Olson Plumbing. Heat-a-later Fireplaces, the first name in fireplaces. Olson Plumbing in Pierre is your source for the industry's largest selection of indoor-outdoor fireplaces, either gas or wood, and outdoor fire pits. Stop by their showroom at 2803 East Wells or give them a call, 224-6436.
As we welcome you back and into the post-game show, the Pierre Governors, they fall here tonight 73-54 to the O'Gorman Lady Knights, as the Governors will be now 3-9 on the season. O'Gorman will improve to 11-1 and have now won 11 straight. John Winkler alongside Nathan Nas as we welcome you into the post-game show and the Pierre Governors. Tonight, Nathan gave the O'Gorman Knights a scare, and things were looking pretty good for Pierre at that point in beginning of the second half, but the experience and just how good O'Gorman is, they showed it tonight as we progress in the second half.
Yeah, a lot of really good things you saw from the Govs tonight. You know, they were down 16-4 early in that first quarter, fighting back, getting it within 3, then down 6 at halftime. There's a lot of really good things to build off of. You know, when you play an O'Gorman team like that, they shot pretty lights out from outside the three-point arc, and they shot really well, and they shot a lot of free throws during the game. So sometimes, you know, as well as you might play, and I think we had 4 girls in double figures. They had a handful, and you know, sometimes you play well, and you just have to tip the hat to the opponents.
Yeah, and the Governors, who have struggled to score the last several games, getting 53 points or 54 points. Obviously, they would like to have a little bit more than 54, considering their opponent scored 73. But you got to be happy with how you shot the ball a lot better. You knocked down threes, and it's also got to be a little frustrating too, because you shot the ball so much better, and then O'Gorman comes out and still outshoots you and shoots the ball much better. And I wouldn't even say better than you, but just the percentages were better than what the Governors were.
Yeah, you know, when O'Gorman, when they were getting those second and third looks, they were getting a second look, and especially if it was the same girl getting a second look that was similar in the same possession, it was getting knocked down. They were making those shots, and tonight we weren't. And that just shows how fundamentally sound and how good of a team O'Gorman is. And that's not to take anything away from our girls. It's just there's a reason that they're 11-1 and have rattled off 11 straight wins. It's because they're a very good basketball team. And I think, you know, we showed tonight that, again, against another one-loss team, and that's a top AA opponent, that we have the tools and we have the potential to be a really good team ourselves if we can put it together for 4 quarters.
And the Governors here, we're going to go through the totals in just a little bit. Actually, Nathan Nas is going to go through the totals here in just a little bit, because I want to personally thank the Pierre Governor girls for making me the super fan of the game. I was not expecting it. It was, you know, and Ryan Munson said in honor of Greg Dean, and it's, you know, been a very long and challenging week, and it means a lot to him. And they lose this game tonight on the floor, but they win it with the character that they have, and that goes a much longer way. And that's, I'm not going to remember. They're probably not going to remember what their record was in 2021-22. But for me, and for hopefully these girls too, maybe not just what they did for me tonight, but what they've done this season for having super fans, that's something they're going to remember for the rest of their lives, and that's something that transcends basketball, transcends sports, and is something huge to this community.
Absolutely, and I think, Greg growing up with had the 3 boys growing up, so a big part of on the boys side of the Governor athletics. But that it really shows the reach that Greg had. That and his kids weren't really around at the ages of any of these girls. Bennett graduated last year. The Govs only have 2 seniors, so those girls would be just a year behind Bennett, but the other girls not really in that same age range as Bennett. But it shows with them, having you as a super fan in honor of Greg, it really shows the reach that Greg had in this community. Not only with calling football games, with calling baseball, with being on the mic for the boys basketball games and doing girls basketball games. Them giving that award to you tonight in honor of him, it really does show the reach that Greg had and will continue to have in this community, even though he's no longer with us.
Yeah, and of course, today being his funeral and being honored as a super fan in honor of him, it means a lot personally for me, and I am truly thankful and humbled that the fact that they thought about me and they thought about Greg and it is leaves you speechless, and I cannot thank the girls basketball team enough, and a lot of the Pierre community too, not just the girls basketball team for what they did tonight. Yes, the girls basketball team, but for what the Pierre team has done for the rest of the way. So Nathan Nuss, go ahead and go through the stats for me.
Yeah, I'll take over as John goes down to take the picture with the girls like he said he was going to. Looking at the stats here, Governor girls defensively playing pretty well and getting 12 turnovers from O'Gorman, and only having 13 turnovers themselves, which has been an improvement, a big improvement for them, as the turnovers at times have gotten away from them. Point totals for O'Gorman, Peyton Peterson had 2 points. Abadouche has 22 points. Mentel has 13 points. Riley with 9 points. Ron Snick with 24 points. And Friedman with 5. And then over on the Governor's side of things, Remy Price has 10 points. 8 of those coming in the second quarter with a couple big threes. Laney Stevens knocking down a 3. Lennox Dupree with 2 points. Ryan Berry with 2 points. Kara Weiss with 2 points. Reese Terwilliger with a big game and a game high for the Govs at 14. Avery Kaiser has 10 points. Cindy Tedrow has 2 points, and Maya Shorter with a point. And that really shows, the Govs. You really want to see that vast array of points from the Govs. Playing well as a team, playing some team basketball on the offensive end of things. Just really running into a really good O'Gorman team tonight who didn't miss a lot of shots, made a lot of threes. Looking here, Abadouche had 4 threes on the game. Mentel she had 13 points. A lot of those come at the free throw line. Rosnick with 3 threes in the first half, 3 threes in the second quarter, or in the third quarter, and then 2 in the fourth. Really shows the level and how good this O'Gorman team is. And it's a lot of the same names you see year in and year out. Rosnick has a sister that, if you follow any South Dakota athletes that have gone to the next level to play collegiate sports, she's been absolutely dominant and tearing things up for Creighton, for Creighton's women's basketball team. So that's just kind of the tradition that O'Gorman's basketball team has that the Govs are looking to build on. And then like we talked about, the boys played well defensively, dropped a 6-point game to the O'Gorman Knights in Sioux Falls. They'll come back tomorrow with a noon start time for the first games over there. So an anticipated 3 o'clock start time for the boys as they take on Harrisburg, and the girls will take a weekend off. Take a couple days to kind of reflect on these week's games. I know the girls are disappointed with how things went on Tuesday, and especially offensively, only scoring 28 points with 10 of those coming in the first quarter. Not really playing as well as they wanted to the rest of the way out, but some really good things to build on here tonight as they put up 54 points and and John will join me back here in the post game, so you don't have to listen to me bumble through this too much.
Hey, I didn't hear you, but you did a fantastic job. And you can go back after this game is over. All those that are listening. Boy, I'm out of shape. I can't walk up the stairs without getting out of breath.
Now you know these last couple summers when I've come up the Hyde Stadium steps to.
That's right.
I would let you and Greg kind of go through things as I would catch my breath, and you'd ask me some questions that I'd have to think about, and I really had to appreciate Greg where the way he would word the questions to me is he would kind of lead me into the answer, so he would make me sound really good and like I was really really knowing what I was talking about, but really it was just kind of reiterating what Greg was saying.
And
those things definitely helped after I'd come up try to hustle up the Hyde Stadium steps for the in between game interviews.
And of course, Greg always he made me sound better all the time. You're making me sound better as well. But also for those that are watching, that are listening, you can go back to YouTube anytime and listen to that long, however many minutes, 2-3 minutes, that 4 minutes that Nathan Nas was talking that whole time. You can
we
go
don't
back
need to remind him of that.
And you can listen to it whenever you want. You can listen to it all the time on KCCR Sports. So
I think if they want to go back and listen to anything, some of those calls that Greg had with you during our games, those might be a little bit more enjoyable for the fans to go back and listen to rather than listening to me trying to ad-lib and figure out what to say next. And
well, I will say, too, that on KCCR Sports we do have a playlist that I was able to add all those games on there that Greg and I did together. If you ever want to go back, and of course that one that's going to be on top, and I love that I was able to reorder them. The one that's going to be on top is the walk-off home run that Bennett hit against Watertown. That's that first video. I think there's a total of 36 hours on that playlist. So you could, if you wanted to spend an entire day, spend a day and a half just listening to all those videos, YouTube will probably ask you, "Are you sure you want to keep watching?" But I mean, you can go through and watch all those videos and watch all those games that Greg and I did together since KCCR Sports became a thing. But as we get through and get back here, and before we wrap things up, the Governors, you mentioned, went through the stat totals. 4 different players had double figures. 10 points for Remy Price, Ryan Berry, and Avery Kaiser, and Reese Twilliger had 14 points. You might have mentioned it, too, because, again, I didn't hear everything you're saying, but Reese Twilliger played a heck of a ball game tonight. A lot of the girls did, and I don't want to take away from anybody else that played well because they all played very well tonight. But Reese Twilliger, I think, I don't think that she's underappreciated, but I think some of the things that she does to get 14 points is a little undervalued.
Yeah, and we've even had those conversations afterwards or off the air about the boys basketball team. And Reese is one of those that there's not a lot of teams out there or a lot of players out there where you see a true post presence. You don't see a lot of people that do that dirty work inside the post anymore. And she's one that does game in and game out. She lives in the post. She plays well in the post. And another one, Maya Shorter came in the game. As John's going to step away for a second again as well. He's got some people that are wanting to talk to him. Going to Maya Shorter, too, she's one that really came into the game. And, the stats might not be there. You only know, I talked about just the 1 point, but a couple big offensive and defensive rebounds from her, big stops from her, and really a spark plug there in those quarters. Ryan Berry with her 2 threes to start the third quarter as responses to a couple of those O'Gorman threes were big. But yeah, you have to tip your hats to O'Gorman and how well they shot the ball. And there's not going to be very many teams we're going to run into that are going to especially shoot their 3-pointers and hit as many as O'Gorman did tonight. And, you never want to hope for a team to like that have hopes of them missing shots for you to get the wins. But you certainly can't expect teams to shoot as well, especially from 3-pointers, as O'Gorman did tonight.
Yeah, and you kind of mentioned it too, that this is one of the games that you just tip your hat to the other team. They played well, and I one of the probably the best game that the Governors have played overall. And unfortunately, you're saying, well, they got 3 wins, they got to play better, and not saying they didn't play good in those games, but I think this was one of their best games that they played from start to finish. And again, it just wasn't their night when 2 basketball teams, and that's what you get, and especially when you watch the NBA or pro or any kind of pro basketball or even college basketball, when you can play your best game and that's just how it falls sometimes. It doesn't go your way. You don't get the win, and that's kind of how it was here for the Governors tonight. Excuse me.
Yeah, and if you go back and look at it, that the first quarter was kind of rough for the Govs, and they did a really nice job of battling back to get within 3 points from it being 16-4. But then if you go through the game, it was really just a couple minute stretches every now and then and it might not have even been a couple minutes. It might have just been a stretch of a minute where the Govs don't hit a basket and O'Gorman puts in 2 threes in a basket. And it might not be they hit those shots because the Governor's defense wasn't good. It was just they're a good basketball team, so you tip their hat to them. And, yeah, you can look at that game as really O'Gorman in a few stretches, and then the whole fourth quarter they kind of dominated, but the Governors, they kept battling. But, yeah, you can look at the game in the first quarter and then in the third quarter where O'Gorman just for a minute or two every here and there would go on stretches where they're not missing and where we weren't hitting anything, as really the turning points and O'Gorman being able to distance themselves like they did at the end.
The Governors, again, they'll take on Harrisburg on Tuesday, Yankton on Thursday. They'll be on the road on Thursday. They'll be home here coming up on Tuesday. We'll have it for you on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports as the Governors, they will take on Harrisburg. 6:40 starts coverage. 7 o'clock we'll have tip-off here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Same thing for Yankton on Thursday. Bryce Ladd will have the call, but you'll still be able to watch it on YouTube at KCCR Sports. And then we'll have Pierre boys basketball on Friday as they'll be hosting Yankton. The Governor girls right now, they'll play going into tonight and going into this weekend. Harrisburg at 3-6, Yankton at 3-7. They'll have Huron at 7-5. Bismarck's a good team, although their record's not on the schedule right now. Brookings at 2-8. Watertown, Jefferson over 500, then Roosevelt 1-10. The schedule turns, and there's a lot of teams under 500. Yes, the Governors are under 500, but if you want to be a team that's at the middle of the pack, because right now that's kind of where the goal wants to be. Right, you want to try and be at that middle of the pack where you're sitting at going in tonight and after a loss. The rest of the way, you say, well, let's be at the middle of the pack. Well, this is the type of schedule and type of the teams that you want to face to start building up those wins. Sure, a 41-point win isn't as good as a 50-point win, but it's certainly better than a 31-point loss.
Yeah, absolutely. You never want to say that, games are going to be easier or anything like that because it's high school athletics and you never know. Night in and night out, you could say the same team 2 nights in a row, which no one ever will, and get 2 completely different performances. So you never want to say a game's going to be, an easier game or anything like that. But definitely games that if the girls come out playing like they did against Washington, playing like they did against Brandon Valley, playing like they did tonight for most of the game, you really like our chances in almost every game we have to finish out the year. And like we talked at the beginning of the broadcast, if we can get hot at the right time and take care of business in the second half of the season and be hot going into those SODAC 16 games as a middle-of-the-pack team, whether we can get into that top 8 or if we're sitting there at a 9, 10, 11, somewhere in there, if we can get hot in the second half of the season and take care of our business, people aren't going to want to play us. Absolutely. They're not going to want to play this team because they know what they did against Washington. They know what they did against Brandon Valley. The score's not going to show it tonight, but when teams go back and watch film, they're going to see it was a 6-point game at halftime. Yes, it got a little bit out of hand, but they're going to see what was done tonight, and those teams that are going to be good at the end and be there at the end. This isn't going to be a team, if we can get things turned around and just get them consistent, this Governor's team is not a team you want to play in that SODAC 16.
Governors fall tonight 73-54 as we'll wrap things up here from Riggs High School this evening. We'll be back on the air at 6:40 tomorrow. It's going to be 5:40 tomorrow on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. We'll have a puck drop at 6 o'clock as the Y Capitals will take on Sioux Falls 1 tomorrow evening. Thanks to Spencer Kelly back at the station, Nathan Nas, John Winkler signing off. The Governors fall 73-54 tonight as we say so long from Riggs High School.
You've been listening to Pierre Basketball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Governor Basketball is brought to you in part by Dairy Queen, Todd's Electric, Shane's Pharmacy, Avera St. Mary's, and Bank West. And by Billion Auto, Edward Jones Financial, Gales Gas, Birding Electric, Gateway Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, and Midwest Co-op. And by Fisher Round, First Dakota National Bank, Lamb Motor, All Around Graphics, and Faith Lutheran Church. And by Missouri River Dentistry, Owyhee Federal Credit Union, Papa Murphy's, Kruger Contracting,
and Wagner Auto. Join us all season on your home for Governor Sports, KCCR, KCCRradio.com, and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. This has been a special presentation of Riverfront Broadcasting Sports, Central South Dakota's sports leader.